That guy's at work. This guy's on a vacation, kind of. And you guys are going to get a show because we're going to do one no matter what because we love the people. And there's lots to talk about, including some new rules in the NCAA, Alabama getting ready for practice. I mean, how many days left are there until the start of college football season? The countdown's on and more. So what an exciting episode you guys have on this beautiful Friday. And here's the open. Let's go. All right, there he is, Mr. Jake Coker in the flesh. I'm Mick Gillispie. Good to see you guys. What are you doing over there? Working hard?
Trying to. It's Friday. Ready to get out of here.
If they knew what time we were doing this show.
I love talking to you, though, man. Really,
You send me a message. You tell me one day you're going to be away, and then I expect you to be away, and then you're like, "Where's the shows at? What are we doing?" Like you all put. I love how you always put it all on me.
You know what's funny is I text you about going out of town last week, and all of a sudden you're on vacation and blaming me for it.
It's his fault. His right here. Yeah. Yep. Because I know how busy you are. I mean, you are a man on the move, as we like to say in the world. And, like if there's a golf ball, you're hitting it, this time of year.
Oh, ball hawk.
Yep. How's the back feeling?
It's getting better, man. I feel like an 80-year-old man riding a bike to feel better.
Well, look, show's brought to you by Pearl River Resort. Let me remind you of better times. And one thing that we learned from Greg Valentine with 1R is he always low fives because of this commercial.
On today's show, two legends call their own plays at Pearl River Resort. Wow, Jake's first throw scores. And Steve's got the crowd pumped. They're absolutely rolling. 'Cause I don't have to be me till Monday, Friday, Saturday, these two still got game.
Come call your own plays
at Pearl River Resort. Let's roll.
I don't have to be me till Monday.
All right, there's your boy Steve Azar. And the high five that sent me back to the gym. It's a good time to go to Pearl River, though, man. I'm telling you, Clint Black's going to be there. They got
this weekend.
This weekend, table games and spots and all that stuff. Yeah, July 3rd. Love it. We appreciate them so much. All right, you guys, an hour and a half from Tuscaloosa, 2 and change from Birmingham, the sports book, and great restaurants, and it's just a fun place. Like you're looking for something to do. It's just kind of got it all. Water park over there. Geyser Falls is great. And it was hot. It's been hot.
You've been enjoying that vacation, huh? Am I going to have to carry you through this?
I was thinking about when we did the show with Steve Azar. I appreciated him being there because he just started taking over and it was great.
Him and Gary Valentine.
Yeah.
But it's nice when you can just ask a simple question and get a minute and a half response.
Oh yeah. So let me ask you this: new NCAA rule. They're trying to do the best they can to throw some guardrails on college football, but the new 5-for-5 rule was approved. Basically, it forms an eligibility barrier where you have 5 years of eligibility, no more red shirts.
Yep.
So does that mean you get to play 5 years though, instead of playing 4?
That's the way it should have been from day one too, to be honest with you. It's better for players, better for the coaching staff. My problem with it was that sometimes guys who you thought were going to develop into great players, but needed some time to develop. You couldn't put them in the game because and I can't remember the threshold, but you get towards the end of the year and you start having injuries and you're thinking about putting a redshirt guy in there, or he may give your team the best opportunity to win, but you're thinking long-term as well. And you're trying to decide, am I putting the team in jeopardy by saving this guy's red shirt, or can I just throw him in here and try to save what's left of the season?
Right.
It's selfish either way, I guess. I've always been the kind that, hey, man, if the team needs you, then you play and screw your red shirt. But, at the same time, you take away a year from that guy, and you're not going to redshirt him moving on. So I always thought it was dumb. Thought it was a rule that was outdated and unnecessary, especially in this day and age, because freshmen are playing so much more than what they were 20, 30 years ago. And that's really where that rule came into play. If you had got most guys redshirted years ago. But again, with the way personnel changes now, guys are coming in far more advanced, especially at the quarterback position. You look at the way high school teams are playing now; they have a much better understanding. I've heard two schools of thought on that. As some college coaches say, it's so dumbed down that they don't know much of anything. But when you're playing that much spread, you're that much more comfortable in the pocket and getting the ball out. So, I think freshman playing's just way more prevalent nowadays than it used to be. So I think it's a great rule, Yeah,
you like it.
Well, yeah. Again, everything in the NCAA needs to be dumbed down a little bit. There's so many loopholes and guardrails, and you don't know whether you're breaking the rules or not because of one small amendment that was made 8 years ago. Everything needs to be dumbed down to the most simplified level possible.
Right.
NCAA just needs to get out of the way, set some parameters, and get out of the way.
Yeah. Well, that's been hard to kind of put any kind of rules together. Every time the NCAA tries to do anything, they get sued now.
Yeah.
And then I feel like some of these suits, like the Brandon Swarsby, like they let him like have an injunction so he could play, and it's like clear that he shouldn't be able to play. And he's not, right? The Big 12 conference teams were like, can't have the gambling. And then he was going to be the supplemental draft guy, and then the NFL was like, "Nah, we're not doing supplemental draft."
And
you think it's because it's gambling, or you think they just were like, "Why would we do a supplemental draft for one dude?"
I don't think Brendan Sorsby was that high on the list. So, I think if, all those guys are talking, I would imagine if the NFL had interest in putting him on their team, somebody had interest in picking him up, they'd do it,
Right.
But, Brendan Sorsby, I thought had a good season last year. Texas Tech, I know they made the playoff and all that, but I don't think he was, up there with Ty or what's his name, Indiana quarterback. I don't think he was up there in the conversation. If it was Joe Burrow, I think that'd be a different story.
Yeah, right. If it was somebody it was bigger. They changed this rule. I thought this was a rule they should have never put in, but that FCS transformation reform, the NCAA passed to change, allowing transitioning FCS teams to immediately reach the college football playoff and participate in bowl games in year one rather than going through a waiting period. I just remember, like, was it James Madison could have made a game, before, and they made him sit out. Like, who cares? Like, if you're coming from a lower division, why you got to sit out?
I still don't even really understand all that. And to me, it's kind of pointless anyway. James Madison's not going to win the national championship.
Right, that's my
mean,
point. Yeah, Sacramento
we've had
State
several
not
years
winning the title.
Yeah, we've had several years of this now where the first round of the playoff is absolutely god awful. I mean, 40-point differentials in the first round. James Madison being the victim of one of those against Oregon last year.
Mhm.
I mean, who's tuning in to watch that? I'm not.
No.
You know, I mean, I'll watch an SEC team beat them, but those are the games you end up just throwing on the TV, and it's a distraction in the background.
Yeah.
I want to see. I want to see Alabama, Texas, Alabama, Notre Dame. You know, Michigan, Tennessee. You know, the big names, the ones that. I mean, that's what it's all about. The historical programs, to me. I mean, you know, college football is changing nonstop. And so maybe a James Madison, you know, gets a couple big donors and all of a sudden they're a threat. But as for right now, the way it is, I'm just not into these first round games where you've got everybody wants it to be a Cinderella, but you know, football is not basketball. I mean, you know, at some point, you know, you can't hit a bunch of threes in football and win a game. You can't just get a hot streak. I mean, you got guys that are across the board 30, 40 pounds bigger than you. They're just going to maul you. And that's
Right.
It just is what it is.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Especially when they run like the ones that Alabama used to have, ran like bigger and faster.
Yeah.
You know, with great technique.
Yeah. I mean, that's right. Football, you don't get me wrong. There's some upsets. There's no doubt about it. But when the guys up front, when the talent and size differential is that much up front, it's just, I mean, good luck.
Yeah.
And that's usually where the difference is.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure you saw the Protect College.
Coaching can't, yeah.
All right. Well, hold on. Before I do that, let me just tell everybody that we appreciate the gang at Patriot Roofing. Yeah, it's our guys. Patriot Roofing and Builders got you covered. You know that when you need some help, they're going to answer. Free inspections. You call, they answer. That's Will and Justin. Their unlimited home builder's license gives them autonomy to fix anything, including a house like this, putting a new roof on there. They got you covered. And again, it's not just roofing. It's siding, gutters, windows, full home renovations. And we appreciate them so much for being a part of what we do here. You guys should too. 205-919-4494. And I'm telling you, if you're in the market, you better do a lot of research on who's going to fix your house. And it's just a free call. Hey, call those guys, let them come over. You don't have to use them, but you might, you might thank us for telling you about them. All right. Let me get into this. The Protect College Sports Act. Ted Cruz and Maria Cantwell. One's a Republican, one's a Democrat. And they passed this thing June 18th, 19-9. And so it's going to the Senate floor. That's just the committee. It's the Commerce Committee. And this thing right here, which the SEC and the Big Ten are against because I think they feel like there's going to be a lot of lawsuits. Basically codifies name, image, and likeness, NIL rights. And basically you got to go through an NCAA clearinghouse to meet fair market value. So it's basically to figure out if it's disguised as pay for play or you're really, earning the money. Antitrust exemption grants the NCAA and conferences a limited antitrust shield to enforce uniform regulations such as player salary caps without the threat of litigation. Transfer and eligibility caps standardizes a one-time transfer rule without penalty and limits athletic eligibility to 5 years, which they just did that, right? A couple other things in there too, but I mean, I felt like those were the ones that kind of stuck out to me. and the SEC and the Big Ten don't like it. And I just feel like you may have to just take what it might not be what you want, but it might be the best thing that you get.
Well, why would they not like it?
I guess because they feel like there's going to be lawsuits.
I mean, there's lawsuits right now. I mean,
Yeah, there's going to be lawsuits anyway, right?
It's the wild, wild west right now. So, I mean, any kind of parameter that allows everybody to play on the same playing field to me is progress.
Mm-hmm.
To me, what's really going to help Alabama is this revenue sharing model. I mean, we're still going to struggle on the NIL side or collective side. Everything's going to be blended together, and your Ohio States and Texases are still going to have more money. But Alabama needed that boost from the revenue that we create. I think I saw where there's only I think 38% of schools have the ability to max out that revenue sharing model, the $20.5 million. Most in the SEC and the Big Ten. Now, again, as I just stated, we're not on the same playing field as those big guys, but at least it gives us the opportunity to be a little bit more selective. And I think that was good on. I think the recruiting model that Kalen DeBoer is putting together is, I think it's exactly where we need to be. I mean, I don't think we're going to have the depth that Ohio State and Texas are going to have, but we can at least target those. I mean, the starting guys, the real players, and get them in and get to where they can compete with those upper echelon programs in terms of money. Like I said, depth is in football. Man, if you don't have depth, you're kind of just praying for luck there from an injury standpoint. But at least we'll have the backing to get a lot of those guys that are going to be key players on the field.
Do you think the strategy, and I've been told by some people that Alabama's recruiting strategy is going to be to maybe not recruit as many 5-star players and try to recruit guys that are going to stay for 4 years? If this is true, I don't know if it is. But if it is, the problem I have with that is 5-star players are what you win championships. I mean, you got to have both, right? I mean, think about Alabama. Like, some of the players, like the all-time greats that we had were, 5 stars.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't necessarily have it. Again, it all depends on whether your gambles in the portal work. But I think your gambles in high school recruiting are higher than that of the portal. I mean, if you're getting 5-star guys, 4-star guys out of Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, who love Alabama, and there's meaning behind playing there, and then you're picking up guys, and you have the ability to pay guys like Jamison Williams, guys who didn't necessarily play at other schools, but are highly talented. And look, these coaches talk. It's a small network of guys. Right. I mean, they understand. They understand who's a good player and who's not playing on their roster. And again, I know these coaches communicate. I mean, I've thought about this a lot. When I was at Florida State, Sal Sinceri and Jeremy Pruitt were there. And I believe one of the reasons that Alabama was interested in me in coming was because of the communication that Jeremy and Sal had with Coach Saban and the Alabama coaching staff. I mean, there was a little bit of tape of me out there, but right. I mean, there's nobody you trust more than somebody that you would have as your DC, and that's who. I mean, Sal Sinceri and Jeremy Pruitt were for Coach Saban. So I mean, I think you have a much better idea of who you're getting in the portal than who you're getting out of high school. I mean, and I think. If you're getting a guy out of high school, pointing towards the model that they're putting together, I mean, those guys that they really trust and believe in are guys that they're going to take out of high school, and then
Well,
college.
it's like this: Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, Smitty, Devontae Smith, Bryce Young. Talking about all 5-star guys, man. You keep going through the list, right? But I guess when I look at it, it's like this: like class of 24, Ryan Williams was a 5-star, and Jalen Mbakwe was a 5-star, right? And one guy got money and didn't really work hard from what we were told and transferred. And one guy's, got a chance to be an All-American this year. So but you got to I think you got to have talent, man. I mean, I think it's a good blend, but what you're saying is with money restrictions, you're better off just taking guys off other teams.
Yeah, I think your scouting report is far stronger that way too, because again, when guys are in a program, I mean, I think one of the biggest issues in high school is you take a guy and you really don't know. I mean, he may be the most talented guy you've seen out of high school, but what happens when he gets on campus? How does he act? Is he locked in? Is he trying to get better, be better? Is he here for the right reasons? Does he want to win? And when they get to college, I mean, there's a lot of distractions, and I think, like I said earlier, all these coaches know each other. I mean, they all. Mm-hmm. It's so funny when even these Alabama coaches now. I mean, when they come speak in Mobile and I talk to them, it's crazy. I mean, there's always a tie back to somebody else we know, and we always have stories about certain coaches that we've been involved with. Hell, I was only at 2 schools over a period of 5 years, and I feel like every coach I run into has a story about somebody that I know, and I can we're just making jokes and finding people in common. So I mean, when you've got those kind of relationships and you're trying to get a guy, if you know a coach at the school of the guy that you're targeting, mm-hmm. then they're going to tell you what he's like. I mean, what he's like in meetings, what he's like off the field, and if he's a guy that they want to see do well, then they are going to talk about him in a positive light and get him recruited to somewhere else if they can't be valuable to their football team. It just is what it is, and I think you get a far better bearing on who you're getting out of the portal than who you're getting out of high school.
Yeah, well, I agree with that. I mean,
I think you get I think you can get a pretty good feel for who you're getting out of high school. But again, when you get to college, I mean, it's a different world you're getting thrown into, and kids react differently.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let me tell you this. Our friends at Residence Inn by Marriott Ocean City invited us, Jake, to go there and hang out. Keith said, come on. And I'm thinking about it. July would be a great time to go to Residence Inn by Marriott Ocean City, right there on the water. Secrets, the Green Turtle, the boardwalk. Man, I love that place. Just an awesome spot to go. And I love crab, and that's the crab capital of the world, right? And also, don't forget, hit that QR code and vote for our guy. Back to back, Coastal Style Hotel of the Year in Maryland. So check that out too. All right, couple things. First thing is Major League Baseball is about to try and change the way that they draft. The proposal is they want to cut the draft down to 12 rounds, which is probably going to get rid of some minor league teams and some markets. I don't know if it'll affect Alabama, but I'm sure it will some places that people are watching our show. And you wouldn't be eligible to go to the draft, the baseball draft, unless you spent a year in college or whatever, right? It's going somewhere else. And the reason I'm bringing that up is college baseball is about to get a lot better. Because they're going to start doing the draft like the NFL draft, which means that all the players would have to go to college, mm-hmm. which a lot of them do anyway now. But it shows you, to me, a couple things. The impact that college baseball is having on the game, where the Major League Baseball is, I mean, it's a lot of it's just them trying to save money, but at the same time, they're probably going, why do we even have some of these lower levels of baseball when we can just get these guys right out of college? So what do you think about that?
I'm not too much of a baseball guy, but I mean, if it opens up the market for more guys to come to Alabama, I'm all about it. Because, you know, we never talked about the World Series and what happened. I mean,
yeah, they took a whooping, didn't they?
I mean, golly, man, all that hype and excitement, and then we get, I mean, the old high school 10-run rule, both games. Like, I mean, just like, man, no,
It was terrible.
it was like, man, all right, now we're back to where we thought we were. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Not the easiest.
Troy
draw
even
to
got
get
a
to the
win.
World Series.
We
I
had
mean-
we had a bad draw though, man. Like our side of the bracket, the SEC side of the bracket was a lot tougher than playing West Virginia and Troy. You know,
I mean,
we had to go through who did we lose to? Texas and Oklahoma won it. And Texas is who I thought was going to win it if Georgia didn't win it. And yeah, we got destroyed. But at least we got there. I mean, this wasn't like the teams back in the 90s where they showed up and you were just they were gonna crack your head in. You might win, but it was gonna be kind of a brawl. You know, those guys would like hang out at Harry's bar all night and then go out there and just kick the shit out of teams. we got to get back to that, guys. Wayne Mills on a Tuesday. You'd see like half the team there.
Yeah.
What time did y'all go home? Well, we didn't. We just right into practice. To
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah, it just made Auburn call him daddy.
Yeah.
This
But
team,
you know what?
This team was more like, yes, sir, may I have another?
And I'm proud of them though, man. At least they got there. You know, like it really is a great. I mean, just to get to that is a big deal. So I don't know. I mean, we could sit here and agree that maybe they didn't perform well on the big stage, but hopefully they get back there. And this rule, if baseball passes this rule, it's going to change college baseball. College baseball is already a better product than a lot of the pro leagues. I'm in one, you know. We're more entertainment and baseball second because, you know, the games don't matter that much. And, you know, in the Southern League, I wish they did, but they don't. And then, you know, you go to, you know, a Bama game or a Tennessee game or Georgia game or Ole Miss or State or whatever. There's an intensity there that you just can't duplicate, right? And I think that just the more better players, the better the league is. So,
Yeah, I've always hated, you know, when any drafted high school guys, you know.
yeah,
I also think it's good for the kids to experience college a little bit, you know. I mean, not that a lot of them are just going to college just for the sport. I mean, I was very thankful to go to school for, you know, and get my degrees, but football is definitely the focus. But I think I grew up during my college years with, you know, Jimbo and Coach Saban. I learned more in that 5-year period than any other period of my life, probably just growing up, you know?
yeah, I hear you. Good big times there. All right, let me end the show with. I was telling you this the other day, but I have to tell you about this in person. You know, it rained here on this side of the bay, like 16 inches or whatever it was over the course of like a week or two. And so I get home. And I've never seen anything like this before. These giant, you know, like when you go fishing or hunting every once in a while, you'll run into a patch of those just awful, aggressive mosquitoes. They're bigger than the ones you normally have. They're slower and you can kill them, but they're mean as shit. They're everywhere, like swarms of them. So like I ran here to get away from these mosquitoes. I mean, I've never seen anything like it before. It's like those commercials, like when they're like telling you about like the mosquito spray, and then somebody's got their hand in like this thing, and all the mosquitoes are on there when they spray it. None of them on there, and all the bug spray is out. I had to go to Foley to get a couple cans of off deep woods. Man, I mean, I've never seen anything like this before. I think they're called like salt marsh mosquitoes or something.
Yeah.
What's that?
No-see-ums.
Do you like mosquitoes, and have you ever been inundated with them before? And do you think it'll ever go away? Like, do you think that for the rest of time now, Fairhope will just
mosquitoes
be
are like
swarmed?
roaches. They're everywhere.
But not,
Yeah, they're like
I don't
roaches.
even
The
think
worst
you
I've ever
understand what
seen
I'm
was-
saying. Dude,
Oh,
I'm
no,
saying
man, I
if you
was
walk
in
outside,
Louisiana.
you'll have 10 of them on you before you take one step out the door.
That was about when I was in Louisiana, southern Louisiana, about a month ago. I had you couldn't be outside, could not be outside.
They just
I
got
mean,
you.
mosquitoes are I'm trying to think of just naturally miserable natural causes that aren't fatal. The worst occurring natural causes that aren't fatal. I think mosquitoes are probably. I'd rather get stung by a wasp than get swarmed by mosquitoes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's terrible. One bit me through my sock yesterday, and my sock was bleeding. Woke up with blood on my pillow. I mean, these things they're vicious, man. Like I've just never seen anything like it. It's the most I've ever seen in one place before.
Make you want to move back to Maryland?
Yeah, it's
Scare
I'm
you
going to
back.
Residence Inn by Marriott, Ocean City. Get away from these things. I was telling you about it. You have to ask your dad. I don't think if he's not close to the water, I just think it's like right on that line, you know. But I guess their eggs lay in, and if it
Plus
gets
you got
super
all those
wet,
oak
they all
trees around
hatch
you.
at one time. It's like
Yeah, you got all those trees around you. Yeah, you're in an ideal spot. Mosquitoes.
one of my friends said it's biblical. I mean, it's so bad. Like you can't let your pets outside. And his daughter was walking and they had to go pick her up because she was swarmed by so many mosquitoes.
Yeah, y'all gonna have locusts next.
Yeah, I don't mind the locusts. I showed Brett. There was a video from a baseball game in North Alabama where people were dipping them in beer and eating them.
Oh gosh.
That's what he said. I said that apparently if you have a shellfish allergy, you'll be allergic to cicadas too.
Oh. Yeah, I remember that cicada, that year of the cicadas 2 or 3 years ago.
They got the orangish eyes.
I remember trying to turkey hunt that year. And, you turkey hunting, you're listening for gobbles. It was like you couldn't hear one unless it was 100 yards from you.
Right.
I mean, all you could hear, it was annoying because, I'd be going to sleep and I'd hear the sound of a cicada in my ear.
Yeah. Would you eat one? And if you would, how would you like it prepared? Because people were eating them like tacos, sauteed, pizza. I saw cicada pizza.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that just reminds you how nasty people can be.
Is it? But I mean, look, we eat crawfish. I mean, isn't it the same thing?
No.
Okay.
Oh, imagine biting into that nasty ass exoskeleton. Oh.
The guy from Huntsville, he's like got it. And he just dips in his beer and he goes,
oh yeah.
And then what's that?
Had to be an Alabama man. Usually we get lucky and it's a Florida man, but
yeah. No.
had to be
Brett said it was an Auburn fan. Brett goes, he's got to be an Auburn fan. Oh man. Well, sorry we didn't get together earlier this week, but a lot going on. We're getting closer to kickoff, man. I mean, like it's kind of starting to get closer.
2 months in a day. 2 months in a day till week 0.
It's time to start
Cannot wait.
lining everything up for the football season.
Yep, about that
I was
time.
at the Floribama yesterday, so I was thinking about us where we do our show there.
Yep. Man, I can't wait. Ready to have something to talk about. Now we're in the dead heat of the worst part of the year. No offense.
Yeah. Well, I know. I'm not
For me at least. For me.
You saying talking about Major League Baseball draft eligibility rules is not good content? Are you telling me the people don't want to hear about mosquitoes and eating cicadas?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Brutal.
All right, man. Well, if you want to do another one this weekend, let me know. But if not, we'll do it this next coming week. But you guys check out the shows. We had an opportunity to talk to Al Borland from Home Improvement, a.k.a. Richard Karn. We loved him. He was great. We start busting his balls at the end of the show. And he handled it well. We interviewed Greg Valentine, brothers Kevin James.
Gary Valentine.
Gary, I'm sorry, Gary with 2 R's. No, with 1 R. Remember he told us with 1 R. He's actually hilarious. I've watched the show now, and I see him on there. He's on a lot of the episodes.
Yeah,
he's like Kevin James' nemesis on there.
Oh, yeah. You sent me that video of him singing Sweet Caroline, and I'm behind him just shaking him.
A younger Greg. Gary, I'm sorry, a younger Gary on there. But we had him on, and then Reggie Smith, former Dodgers World Series champ. I mean, so we've had some good guests on. Maybe we could get Coach Saban to come on. I would love to hear that. I'd love to see you and him together in one place.
Yeah, you'd be asking him questions. I'd just be balled up in the corner.
Yeah, you would not.
Waiting on my tongue lashings.
I just want one time to get that death stare that he gives when he doesn't want to answer a question. He's been great. You know, he's gotten so much better. I got to give him a lot of credit. At the beginning when he was on ESPN, I thought, just doesn't have any.
Need to get him and Shane Gillis on together.
Yeah. I watch now and I love him. You know, like he's great. So not only is he a winner, but he's just kind of like the leader of college football.
Yeah,
everybody knows that. Like he's he went to Capitol Hill and he's up there talking about saving the game, and everything he said was right, even though the conferences might not like it. You know, the SEC is a puppet for ESPN now. You know, I hate to say that, but true. Anything that ESPN wants, the SEC is just like, oh, you know. But I'm sure the Big Ten's like that with their TV network too. I don't know, but here nor there, Coach Saban's awesome. So anyway, all right, buddy. Any final thoughts on the show today?
Roll Tide, ready for week 0.
Got a long way to go. We need to start breaking the roster now. Hey, guys, we're brought to you by Pearl River Resort, Philadelphia, Mississippi. The Azaleas, the Oaks, 2 amazing golf courses at Dancing Rabbit. Get over there, play some golf, put the kids at Geyser Falls. You got some awesome concerts coming, including Clint Black over the weekend. We love him. And a bunch more in Philadelphia. It's like an hour and a half from Tuscaloosa. You got Silver Star and Golden Moon Casino, the slots, amazing slots there, table games, the sports book, the Timeout Sports Lounge, restaurants. Like, you get there and you don't really even need to leave. I mean, everything you want is right there at Pearl River Resort. So check it out.
So, Jake, let's break down some game tape.
Hold on, fellas. Steve.
Hey, Jake, you ready to rock?
Let's roll, brother.
Guess we're calling plays at Pearl River Resort. Wow, Jake's first throw scores. And Steve's got the crowd pumped. Man, they're absolutely rolling.
'Cause I don't have to be me till Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I ain't gonna face reality.
I tell you, Jake's still got game. While Steve keeps rocking aces. Boom! Jake seals it with a pick.
Come call your own plays
At Pearl River Resort. Let's roll.
I don't